Hi Gemini, welcome to your 2nd to the 9th of October. So this is going to be weekly messages, okay? So I've got a brand new membership that you should join, okay? So if you want to know what's coming up in 2024, if you want honest, transparent readings, I can't do it on YouTube, you've seen what this shit is, okay? So you can go to the locals in the description box below, and it is going to be basically a community. There's already a few members there, and you can join for the £7 a month. So that's amazing. It's the price of a meal. I'm going to be doing 2024, I'm going to be doing world readings and just everything. Okay, world readings, everything, right? So check it out. Don't want to go on too much, but for me, real ones, again, YouTube is coming to an end. You can clearly see this. So if you want to come to the next stage, click the link below, join the membership, and you'll get access to all weekly readings and stuff that I've got coming up. If you want to book a reading, it's in the iDot. There is deals 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You can book a face-to-face. That's for deep coaching. If you really want to speak to me, it's also reduced. There's a lot of sales because we're coming towards the end of the year. So check them out in the iDot. So this week for yous, it's about coming to your power. It's about, no, it doesn't matter what's been done to you. A lot of you have been extremely hurt and abused, and I get this. Some of your energy is really, really taken over. There is an aggressive, dominant, dark energy that is in use right now. Now, again, there's a lot of mind control going on. There's a lot of reasons why people are acting dissonant, checked out, etc. We truly are living in a very demonic society. Okay? It is the 7 deadly sins, and I will be talking about this. Now, again, I'm not interested in the Matrix. I'm not interested in NPCs. I'm not interested in savages, sharks, or dogs. Everybody in this world is going to get their consequences. Everybody's going to meet their maker. And I think for a long time, I really was so angry about what people have become and what people are. But I'm okay with it now. If you're going to participate in this game, if you're going to win in this game, you must accept that where the divine is present, so is the devil. Like we have light, we have dark. Okay? So I think for Geminis, you really want to do big things in this world, but you also need to bear in mind that with great things, with great power, comes great responsibility. It's like being a teacher. When you're a good teacher, you know who to help and you know who to reject. And that's a big message for Geminis at this time as well. There is a lot of people who they'll just turn on you. Don't help them. Don't negotiate with them. Don't speak to them. Don't help them. Leave them in their enslavement, the misery, the bondage. Leave them. Okay? A lot of yous now need to get prepared for the world that's coming, and the world that's coming is going to be so hyper fast. You could go from being a success to just destitute overnight. You could also go from being destitute to a success overnight. So there's lots of opportunities. It's not all doom and gloom, but as you've seen, look at Russell Brand, look at people like this is just where they want to assassinate characters. They want to put dirt on your name. They want to make you destitute so you have absolutely no power, so you basically can't function in the world. But what Geminis need to do now is use our powerful minds and use our powerful voices for the collective. If a system doesn't allow you to express yourself, simply find a way. There's always new systems, new opportunities. This could be used being builders, coders. You could build the next YouTube. You could build freedom platforms. A lot of people are doing it. It's time to take your power back this week. That's what the sun is about. A lot of you are bringing in the darkness because you're in a lower timeline. You're in a lower frequency. You need to raise your frequency. If you want to conquer a lot of the bottom, raise your frequency. Don't be out here fighting with every demonic dickhead and every NPC. Leave them. They're not winning. I know they fake laugh and they talk shit and they'll convince you they're winning, but they're not. They're in hell, okay? And no one's getting nothing down there. So the message here is to basically raise your frequency. And raising your frequency means doing a lot of solar plex activation and doing a lot of heart activation. And again, I'm going to be doing a lot of teachings in the future, courses, all of this, but on the locals, I'm going to be doing different types of content, so check it out. So the Empress is all about looking after yourself, okay? I think that's another thing, like when we're feeling shit about ourselves, we start to act in it. So this is something that I've been realising. This is like what we wear. This is, if I'm wearing shit clothing, I kind of feel shit. So by improving what you're wearing, maybe colours, or it's really hot in here, by the way. But I can't open the window because if I open the window, there's all noise in the background. And that's the Matrix. It's just a shit system. Nothing works. It's not even functional. It's bad for your breathing. It's bad for your energy. It's claustrophobic. It's twatty. So, but I think a lot of it is, this is the system we've got, and it's about who are the people who are going to stand up and start to build the new system and start creating new stuff. So the Empress is all about creativity. It's all about standing in your power. It's all about thinking who you are in this world and who you want to represent in this world. So I feel like some of you keep putting your energy into something that's not love. So this is another thing that keeps coming up strongly for Gemini. You keep putting your energy into something that basically isn't love. I'm just going to click this here up because honestly I can't. I just want to get the reading out. It's not a fashion show, you know. I'll bring the fire back in the new stuff, but yeah, just like this is what it is. Okay, so the Sun card reverse with the Lovers card reverse. Some of you are dealing with a masculine, and I feel like this masculine is not love. And I feel like it's time to let this masculine go. I think he's been sent by the devil to obstruct you, to consume you, okay? And then that way you're not going to be able to, you're producing anything in the world because you're going to be so consumed. Anything that consumes you is an addiction. It is not love. It is not healthy if it over-consumes you. It could be the gym. You could go to the gym too much. It could be a job. It could be money. You know, so you got loads of money, but you're still out here getting money because you're consumed by the idea of money. It's toxic. So the message for you this week is that some of you are going to have to let someone go. You're going to have to let someone go, right? Like you keep bringing in these lower frequency men. You keep bringing in these playboys, these men who are just about arse and body and the flesh, which is what? The devil, the 7 deadly sins. Okay, some of you keep letting a man have concession after concession after concession. And the truth is that you're going to have to let this man go. There's a lot of mind control going on out here as well. I don't know if it's either because people are so hyper stressed, the brain starts to become malfunctional. That's why we got to be careful with stress, because anybody who's too stressed, the brain starts to check out. It starts to kind of become malfunctional and disorientated. So some of you this week, you need to get on top of your stress, but I do think a lot of it is the MP, these frequencies, mind control for sure, just a lot of shit is going on. You need to take responsibility for your health. You need to take responsibility for your heart. You need to stop trying to fight the matrix and the darkness and the demons and raise your frequency. And the only thing you can do in this world is represent what you represent. Leave other people to do what they're doing. They've got their journey. They'll meet their maker. You don't need to hold them accountable. Trust me. Time will do it. Life will do it. God will do it. The devil will do it. Don't worry about it, right? I feel like for so many of you, like, it is hard out here and there is so much injustice and it is brutal. But the only power that you've got is to represent in this world what you truly represent. Okay? So, blocked in love. Some of your money is not coming in, so you need to fix your money, because again, I've noticed this with a lot of people. Like, I either attract really respectable people or just the taking the piss. You know, it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know, like honestly. So for some of you need to raise your game when it comes to your profession, when it comes to the clients that you're working with, when it comes to like the people you're interacting with, because I think a lot of you are attracting like really bottom of the barrel freeloader people who just take the piss. Like, these people don't invest in themselves, so they're not going to invest in you. So a lot of you need to change up your approach to social media, to your clients, to kind of where you're giving your time and your energy. Because the sun is all about energy, right? So who is getting your time? Who is getting your energy? But yeah, some of you need to give up on a lover. Okay, Queen of Wands reversed. So I feel like some of you have got someone around you who's like jealous and frustrated. This person could be trying to sabotage you in the background. For the Gemini man, you could be dealing with a fire sign. This person is hoary. This person is about a man's money. They're about what they can get from a person. As soon as it gets tough and there's nothing there, they disappear. I'm getting a lot of womb energy, a lot of root energy. So I do think a lot of you need to clear out past sexual partners in your womb. You need to start getting on top of your finances. You need to start stabilising your nervous system. Get off the internet as much as possible. Only work on it in spurts, or as much as you have to. Get out into the world, get into your fitness, etc. It's time to let go, Gemini. Okay, the energy you're time to let go. So the energy you're carrying is the Nine of Wands reverse. No fear towards people. Okay, this is focusing on what matters. Maybe the new moon in Aries has been really good for you. The moon was so big, I seen it down the street. I was like, is that fake? It was like this big. It looked fake, right? But yeah, this is also about if people test you, be willing to respond. That's what this week is about. It's about don't allow people to push you about. Don't allow people to bully you. This is about take people on. I think that's been a big thing for Gemini. Gemini's been shutting the mouth. They've kind of been like pulling back. And I think there is predators and people who've been doing things because they know you're not going to retaliate. Don't go looking for fights, but if they come, you know. So yeah, I do think for you it's about building abundance. I think it's about stepping into your higher power. Some of you are in hell. You are the Queen of Wands reverse. Maybe you've got a moon in fire. So I think for some of you Geminis, like you're just causing your own pain. There is a masculine who you just keep giving to and you keep giving to, and you need to reject this masculine. He is there as a lower template to keep you distracted, to disarm you. He's making you tired. He's making you disorientated. You're not listening to common sense. No girls can advise you. None of your girlfriends, none of your men. You're just not listening. Okay? This is the thing about Gemini. Like, they go asking for advice and then they just don't listen. The Star card reversed with the Tower reversed is about healing the unconscious mind. Geminis need to look at the unconscious mind and like what is keeping them stuck, what behaviours that they keep acting out in that are past dated. A lot of this is it. Some Geminis are really coming to the power. You're not seeing anyone. You're working on you. You're looking good. You're starting to look shiny. You're in a very bad situation, some of you, or you're in a job you don't want to be in, or you're single right now, but you're not out here being a victim. You can see very, very clearly the people in your life who you can trust, who you can't trust, who you can't rely on. Some of you are coming out of a dark storm, but some of you are in a dark storm. And you're just refusing to, I know everybody around me. I know who can be trusted, who can't be trusted, And I feel like Geminis feel so much pain and so much disappointment, although I do think you're coming out of that for a lot of years. For those who are in it, where people are really revealing themselves in your friends and your family and a certain woman or man, be so grateful because God is just stripping the veil. He's just showing you the truth. You don't want to be surrounded by fakes, people you can't rely on, people who are dogging you behind your back. Why would you want to be in that? It's grace. Some of us were in a devil system. It was like me. I gave a decade to YouTube. The people that I helped and the surprised and supporters. And I've seen me real ones, but a lot of people are like, oh, Elisa's done next. It's like but they'll sit there blowing smoke up my ass in the comments. You'll never see them donate. You'll never see them share me content. You'll never see them, because they don't want you to win. And if it's free, they'll check it out. But if it's any kind of price, it's like, oh no, she's stealing from us. That's people all. So just don't get mad about it. And I want to say to Geminis who are in a very dark place right now, where you're so angry at the world and what's been done and the injustice and where you've ended up. If you can just understand that this is a blessing, I promise you now, it's a blessing. So many people are sleepwalking through life. They're surrounded by low dense energy. They're being manipulated. They're not really truly supported. They live in a false hermetic existence. They're living through hedonistic impulses and drives. This is a blessing for you. And remember, the teacher must go there first. Okay? So every warrior is broken down to his knees so he can stand back up and be his true power. And some of you right now, you're getting kicked the shit out of. Every problem that could be a problem, every dirty little Dave and Karen and demonic entity is coming for your fucking fat ass. Okay? Chill out. Trust the process. Okay? Firstly, these people are coming in because they're showing you how to fight this correctly. Secondly, people who act the way we've just said, these women and men who are just really bitter, washed out, they crave power, they use what they can, they're showing you your future self if you don't become your best version. It's all grace. The game of life is very, very hard. Some of years it's about your confidence, it's about yourself. You just need to start working on your confidence, you need to start working on yourself. Maybe you're becoming that bitter, washed out, overly judgmental, craving power person, and that's not the way to be. You just need to look deeply at yourself. It's time to come out of naivety this week. And some of you is like, stop telling yourself something is love. This man, this woman has clearly shown who they are. You know, you're really burnt out, Gemini. Some of you've got a lot of electromagnetic destruction, like it's your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit. Some of you need to leave to a whole new life. You need to change up your whole life. You need to go in the pursuit of a new career. You need to choose better people. You need to choose a better self. Like, this is you. Go and fight the Matrix. You'll just lose. You'll lose. It's completely demonic. You will lose. If you make this about you, your standards, what you stand for, if you go out into this world and be a true representation of yourself, if you own the real estate of your mind, if you speak your truth, if you let a lot go, that's a smart move now, choose your battles. But if people really press on you and they come for you, let them feel it. And do not stop. Do not stop. It's really about playing for wars now and conceding on petty battles, because there's a lot of petty cunts out here. And it's also you when you get involved in pettiness and you start getting paranoid, etc. But I think for Geminis who are refusing to update themselves, you're just going to be in a lot of pain. And Geminis are being stopped. You can see. You know, they're coming for you. Good. It means you're relevant in the game. It means you've got powerful divine powers. You've got a powerful mission, and the devil wants you gone. And they're using everything against you. If only Gemini knew its power and it started using its power, ooh, the devil would be like, fuck, she's up. Oh no, you know, not that bitch. Anyone but that bitch. Right, like, you know. But seriously, like, and as you go about, you'll see a lot of people in pain, and you'll see a lot of miserable people, and you'll see a lot of angry people. We've all been that person in different times, in different energies. You know, I'm being tested at the highest level right now, but I know I'm being tested because when it mattered, I was accountable. I spoke the truth. I stood up when most people sat down in my community, in my niche. I did the right thing, right? And the right thing will always come at a price, but I know that if I trust God's plan for me, I will end up where I'm supposed to go with the people I'm meant to end up there with. I feel like so many people have got so used to just choosing whatever they can get, whereas now it's about, no, sorry, but I know what I want and I'm getting it. Okay? So, let's get some let go messages. So what does Gemini need to let go of? Remember, if you get it personal, I'll really be able to look into your situation. So there's the next 3 months. But a lot of you are being told it's time to update yourself. It's time to let go of the old self. It's time to stop acting unconsciously. It's time to get the journals, go to the teachers, go to a personal trainer, go to the somatic healing. It's time to do the work, because if you do that, somatic healing is going to be really good for you as well. Because I feel like for some of you, your nervous system is fractured, it's traumatized, and it needs resetting. And that's what somatic healing will do for you. Some of you will go to a hypnotic trainer, some of you will go to an energy healer. Geminis don't need to fight the world. You'll never win. Learn to fix you as a person. Go out into this world and represent what you represent, and you will change the lives of many, many people. Okay? And yes, you'll be attacked, and the haters will be there, and the challenges and the obstacles will be there, but you'll be more calm because you're choosing to represent something in the world, and that is always going to come with heat. And maturity is accepting, okay, I've chose to represent this, and there's always going to be a duality to that, and that's it. Explore life and create your own experiences. Let go of being normal. You know, it's funny when Matrix people say, oh, Elisa's mentally ill. Okay, you're mentally ill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't normal, I'll admit it, right? But, you know people who live in the Matrix and they're calling other people mentally ill, it's like, okay, right. But yeah, explore life and create your own experiences. You don't have to follow other people. You can live as a maverick and a crazy person, and you can do things your way in this world, and that's the true state of a Gemini. and it doesn't matter who's saying what and thinking what. You know, I think Geminis need to reconnect with themselves, okay? Let go of being normal. Now, when we say let go of being normal, that doesn't mean start acting like these quack jobs who, because they've decided to be a certain version, they expect everybody else to be that. It means go out into the world, live and let live, be as respectable as you can, and also say, this is me, I need to take it or leave it, okay? But I do think there's a lot of people who have let go of the idea of being normal, and then they've bleeding that onto other people and projecting it onto other people, and that's not correct, okay? Just do you. You know what they say, let people do what they need to do to be happy, you do what you need to be happy, and that's it. Except you don't lack for anything, the whole world belongs to you. So we were talking about this, which is that the whole world does belong to you, because when you die, this world's over. But again, smart people don't walk around like they're better than everybody else. They don't walk around like they're entitled. It's all about the world belongs to everybody, because they're in their experience, and when they die, the world goes. So it's living and that's what I think Geminis need to do. Stop focusing on other people. Stop healing everybody else. Focus on you. Do the world how you want the world to be, right? Let other people do them, and you do you. Your glass is always refillable. Flow like water instead of holding on to perceptions. You're blocked. You feel restricted. You're around people who you're hyper paranoid around these people. You don't trust them. You know, I think for Geminis, you're in the wrong reality. You're surrounding yourself with people. You're in a job. You're in things that are repressing you. You must hold back. That's not a natural Gemini state. Geminis like to express what they think. They like to be around people they can get things wrong with, who correct them respectfully. Right? People that they can challenge and talk things out with. Whereas I feel like Geminis are in environments, jobs, and around people who you're constantly having to watch everything you're thinking, everything you're saying. These people don't allow you to be you. This partner who's constantly got you, like, you know, walking on eggshells. I feel like the message for Geminis this week is you need to step into your authentic self. You need to step back into your authentic self. When we were younger, we would just take risks. We would keep dating until we found that person that we really, really work with. We did jobs where, you know, we'd stand up and we'd fight against injustice and we'd speak the truth, and that's it. Now, I do that anyway, but I'm saying that's what you Geminis need to do. You need to stop walking on eggshells, stop repressing yourself. Stop trying to fit with NPCs. No, motherfuckers don't sit with you, and you don't sit with them, okay? Like, oh, this bitch crazy? You know, like, yep. You want to know crazy? Check the mirror in the morning. You'll see a bit of crazy, okay? But seriously, I do think as well, like, people just need to mind their own business. You know, it's just like, you know, and I think, you know, I did it last night. There was a young kid in the gym and he was doing like this, and he had and I was like, why don't you try? And he looked at me like, and I thought, yeah, I probably shouldn't have stepped in there, but I was just trying to help him. But yeah, just maybe try to not help people if they don't ask for it, and just help people who want the help. Don't try to convince people, right? Find a place of quiet solitude and listen to the goddess of the moon. Is she calling for more love? And I do think some Geminis have become hyper paranoid, hyper isolated. You're not opening up to anybody. You're not giving anyone the benefit of the doubt. I know I can be like this. It's like, fuck you. So for some of you Geminis, you're actually single and there's nothing in your life and you're kind of closed off to love coming in. But what made you close your heart down? The world. Betrayal. So I feel like there's two Geminis right now. There's three. There's one who's motherfucking power. Okay, shut up and fuck off. We don't care about you. Keep winning. Don't care, right? Nah, seriously. But there's Geminis right now. We were just like, what's this bitch talking about? Probably not even watching this video. Exactly. Do you keep winning? We need you. Okay. There's the second Gemini that is basically delusional, paranoid, in a dark space, bringing in all the darker energies, low timeline, fucking mess. No beef. You're in the storm. Okay, and the storm's gonna end. But it's only going to end when you look at what you're attached to, the way you think, and the energy blocks that you're not fixing, etc. And then there's the third Gemini who's like, I can't do it, right? Like, you've been betrayed, you've been disappointed, there's a lot of chaos going on, but you're okay. You're okay. You know, the love is still there in your heart, the hope is still there, you know that you've got a lot of power, right? You're just kind of wondering, how do I come out of this isolation? How do I love again? Who do I trust? Like what do I build from this point? Well, you do it by going into your inner moon, which means going to a place of solitude and studying what's going on internally. Because the thing is that there's so much noise now, there's so much stimulation in this matrix, from the internet to other people's opinion to just life in general. There's so much keeping up that by retreating into yourself, you get to listen to yourself, and then that way you can start acting from your true self, your authentic self, as opposed to basically all the noise in the world. It's time for Gemini to get back to its best. The world needs you. And for those who've been attacked relentlessly, for the motherfuckers who were sitting here going, oh, I'm a powerful motherfucking Gemini, but the devil's coming hard. Good. Because you're the player on the pitch. You're triggering motherfuckers. You're making people uneasy, and you're not doing it out of spite. You're doing it out of your true self, your power, what's rightfully yours, and they're mad about it. Sorry, not sorry. You keep fucking showing up. Right? You get up in the morning and be like, hi! Right? You know, walk amongst your enemies, be like, you know, looking extra fire. Now is not the time to be like cowering in the corner. Now's the time to take on the battle. To just, you know, I know that I've not done nothing wrong. I've spoke the truth. I've been accountable, and I've been attacked for that. But it was my choice. You know, in the pandemic, I could have shut my fucking mouth. I could have protected my channel. I could have protected my reputation. I could have protected myself, and I didn't. And everything I said came true, including a nuclear war. Okay. Now, you won't see the videos because they've been all smashed off, but I'm saying, trust me now, I'm not wrong. I'm not a con. I'm very good at what I do. Everybody who's been getting the 3-month readings are like, oh my God, thank you so much, Elisa. This is spot on. I do deep coaching. I do human behaviour. I'm a woman whose reputation has preceded her for a decade. You don't want to trust me? Don't trust me. You don't want to buy me services? Don't. You want to click off? By all means. Okay? So that's what we're going to finish with. A couple more messages, but that's what we're going to finish with. It's a week to step in your power. For the Geminis who are causing their own pain, it's because you keep showing up to the same people, you keep thinking in the same thoughts, you keep thinking in the same actions, acting in the same actions. You are going to have to change your thinking. You're going to have to change your approach. You're going to have to stop bleeding on people who didn't cut you. I do this myself. I'm like, I don't want to like you. And I've got no reason not to like them. I just feel like not liking them. I know I'm a bitch. It's not that, it's just like, I'm like, what's the point? They're just gonna fuck me like everybody else. But then that's the bad attitude, because you're not gonna have no new energy, no new people coming in if you're kind of acting in that energy. So you gotta go out into the world consistently and give people the benefit of the doubt until they prove you otherwise. Then you can close down and shut down the gate. But I think for a lot of Geminis, including myself, like, we're really struggling to trust people and to be open to people and to love people. And I get it. You're being hit, right? But the devil wants that. He wants you isolated. He wants you scared of people. He wants you distrustful, right? You got to go out there and teach again. You got to go out there and love again. You got to go out there and be like, wanna be friends? I need some mates. Right? like, you know, do you want to build a company? Should we take on PayPal? Should we take on YouTube? Like, you know, I'm joking, but I'm just saying, like, you know, that's it, right? Don't fight these companies, don't fight these forces. Like, think about what you can create and how basically you can go toe to toe with these power players by basically creating your own systems. And that means confidence, it means power, it means learning from these people, you know, where they're acting good, where they're acting bad. It means taking them on. I think that's a big one. Like, I think people will have you think we're just too big to be taken, and it's like, nobody is. They're all collapsible. Every empire falls, and it often falls with bad behaviour, and it often falls fucking the wrong person who's got nothing to lose or everything to win. I'm snotting there. Right. Okay, so Geminis, come on. It's time to put up the dukes, Gemini. You know, I feel ashamed to be a Gemini at the minute and smile a bit. You know, the world is fucked, but it's great too, right? But seriously, I think Geminis need to start using more humour. You just need to get back on your game. You need to start making your enemies say, yeah, wrong bitch, don't do it, okay? But don't do it for them, like, do it for you. I think Geminis have been so down, you've been feeling shit, you've been feeling not great. Start dressing appropriately. It doesn't matter what your situation is. Start showing the fuck up. Start believing in yourself. Own your own choices. Some of you have got yourself into a corner and you keep blaming the man and society and YouTube and Google and the guy down the street and your boss and your mum, and I get it. A lot of them are cunts. I agree. But I'm saying, if you start taking responsibility for that, you've allowed yourself to stay around a toxic mother, you've allowed yourself to let these systems fuck you. If you own your choices, it'll rebuild your power. And that's it. You know? And just seeing how dirty the world is going to get, and you can either sit in fear of the world and the next decision a person's going to make and the next move people are going to make, or you can adapt to their moves. And that's what a powerful chess player does. That's what a powerful player does. He doesn't sit there worrying about the enemies, the haters, the world's next move. He simply adapts to the world's next move by being prepared. And I think a lot of you have become lower versions of yourself. You look in the mirror, you don't like yourself, you don't respect yourself, you know you're selling out, you know you're weakening. You're scared, some of you are scared, yeah, you should be. But you know, if you start using your power, the people who've moved against you, your enemies, they'll be scared too. Okay? So it's time to stand up and be accountable. It's time to basically say, okay, who is the version I want to be? And when I look in the mirror every day, is this the version I want to be? This week, Geminis, I feel like with that new moon energy, you can really come to your power. Okay, you're tired, you're checked out, it's going to take a lot of work to rebuild yourself. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of courage to build that company from being just literally taken the fuck out the game. It's going to take a lot of fucking courage to love again, to connect again, but you just can do it. Gemini is power, mate. When you're Gemini is power, but it's the mind. You've got to, and it's not just the conscious mind, it's the unconscious mind for you. You've got to look at what is running you underneath. So it's a bit like a computer that's got programs, and those programs are running you underneath, and you've got to get deep into that. Stop avoiding it. It's not going away. And all this hatred and brooding and projecting and deflecting, and he did and she did. Me too. My real ones know I got fucked. But did you die? Okay, I got done, motherfuckers. Okay. But it's an honour, because I got done by doing the right thing. And I am crazy. You know, I'm not really Matrix, right? The Matrix really struggle with me. They're like, put it in a box, quick, snuff it out. What the fuck's you know, like. But even when I used to do jobs in the physical world, people always find me to be intense and like a maverick and like kind of, and I'm a lot. You know, I'm a lot. You know, but I am who I am. And I don't stop other people from being who they are. Be you, right? But I'm going to be me. And if me is too intense for you, then me and you just shouldn't. And that's it, right? But I want you to stand up. I want you to start. Don't fight the system. Become the system you want the world to be, right? So start going out there, build a business. It could be anything, right? Start connecting with people. Let go of this divine masculine who's a lower template, who is not going to rise up, who's not going to heal. Come and join the locals membership below. Okay, so it's going to be £7. I've reduced it half price. So the people who join now, you'll get it set. Unless you cancel, then obviously you will pay whatever price it is at the time. But if you join the locals, I'm going to be doing a lot of content over there. Might be doing weeklies, but that's not decided. But there'll be a lot of content, maybe daily readings, daily coaching, all of that. If you just want to book a face-to-face, if you're struggling, there's amazing deals on the website at the top. But I just wanted to give a freebie this week because Geminis are struggling. But I want you to understand it doesn't matter where you are, what your bank balance is, what people are saying. If you get right with you, you are going to make a comeback so good. Your enemies are going to be like, why? Why? You know? So you know what they say, not giving a fuck is better than revenge. And when the world is really testing you and people are really testing you, they want you miserable, they want you like in a dark, brooding place. It's like, yeah, the world's getting fucked up, it's going through a lot, right? But there's also boss shit out there. But are you willing to look for it? Are you willing to level up? Are you willing to recreate yourself? Are you willing to let the old go? And the old, mostly for Gemini, is the old self. You are acting in an outdated self for the Gemini woman and the Gemini man, and it is no longer working with the modern world. It has changed. Things are over. The old you has to go. the blame, this person did this, it doesn't matter, it's over. And it's a bit like a bad gambler who keeps trying to recover his losses. If you keep trying to recover your losses, you're done. Okay? Everyone gets fucked in this world. The biggest fucking successful names, the biggest empires fall, right? It's about, okay, this is over. I must update myself. Okay? You need to clean up your attitude. You need to clean up your appearance. You need to start doing the meditation. You need to get in the fucking gym, lift some heavy weights, get into some kickboxing. Go find people who'll look you in the face and say, ooh, you lying to me? Because you look like you're lying to you. A big problem with Gemini is it doesn't want to air it. It doesn't want to be open to judgment. And I understand you're in a raw place. It's like, oh, please, I can't. But you just need those people now. You need people who are going to look you in the face and say, enough. Stop. You're not lying to me, babe. Okay? You're lying to you. Stop it. Because those people are the people who care about you, whereas people who are allowing you to sit in delusions and keeping you in fantasy are people who are they're your enemy. So this is what I'm getting for this week. Let's finish with one more card from the Leonard. Okay, so this is the anchor, okay, and this reversed is about it's time to uproot yourself. Now, if you want stability, then maybe you need to look at the people around you or the job or the things around you that are creating instability. Some of you want stability at this time because you have been kind of aimless in the sea. But some of you, you're ready to go and travel. You're ready to create. You're ready to try all different stuff. You're ready to get out of conformity and stability and predictability. You want to go on an adventure and roam and explore. Okay, so what is it you want? Okay, and by surrounding yourself with other like-minded people, by allowing yourself to be open to criticism, and your ego not being so big, this is where you're going to recreate yourself. Okay, so we got a tarot card reader, so I think this is about coming and joining my locals membership and getting a tarot card reading. Just saying, don't have to. My readings are life-changing. Okay, but seriously, this doesn't have to be me. There's a woman and she's reading cards. So some of you might go to a tarot reader. Remember what I said in the beginning. Some of you are going to go to coaches. You're going to start the gym before the end of the year. You're going to go to somatic healers. You're going to go to energy healers. It doesn't have to be me. You might not want a tarot reading. You might want more somatic healing. You might want to talk to a therapist. It's time to heal, Gemini. It's time to get journals, blank notebooks, go off to the waterfront, go off to the forest, sit and study yourself. Stop letting the world make you crazy. That's what it wants. It wants people just feeling like dirty, dishevelled, disgusting, but yeah. Take your power back. And when you take your power back, this means you choose what you consume. Even me, I might be someone to you who really just isn't for you. Okay, go. Do yourself a favour. Stop hating yourself. Just go. Some of you might find I really trigger you and I'm the person you need. Because the thing that often triggers us is the person we need, right? Because it's like, I hate that fucking bitch, but, maybe get a read and see what she can get. I'm just saying, right? Now, again, I'm going to be building this membership. I've got courses. I've got all kinds coming up. Buy it, don't buy it. Come along, don't come along. But for me, real ones who are like, nah, I don't want to lose Elisa. YouTube is coming to an end. It came to an end a long time ago, and I'm okay with it. And I'm ready to move on to the new stage, and I'm ready to create. And, we'll see what happens, in the future. Because, maybe me and YouTube need to have a talk. But right now, I don't want to fight for it. I really couldn't care less. I just want to get me older people who've been with me for years over to the membership so we can start doing new content and get into an inspired energy, and I can start doing new shit where you're like, yes, this is the next stage that we was always hoping to see from Elisa, okay? Check out the cell readings, check out the links below to my socials. I've got a Kick as well, so if you come over there, I'll be doing a lot of content there. I'll be doing traveling, I'll be doing network groups, I'll be doing coaching. Check that out, and I want you to do the same. Let's stop moaning about the world. Let's stop moaning about the people around us and start redesigning our world, right? It's a bit like a Sims game. So many of you are in the start of the Sims game where you're given a house and you're given a car and you're given certain people. And you can only have 2 characters, right? Whereas what you actually want is to choose your house, to choose your people, to choose your energy, to choose your man. Okay, well, you got to do the work, right? you got to do the work. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a love reading for Gemini, but it's going to be on the locals this week. So check it out in the description box below. There's going to be lots of new additions. Like the video so other Geminis can see it. It's about stepping into your power. The old is over. Some years are in the storm. What have you got to learn for the storm? Okay, when you walk through a storm, hold your head up high. That's a Liverpool song, okay? And it's true. Some years are in the storm right now. You didn't put yourself there. A lot of it is circumstantial. It's conditional. It's what people have done. Don't worry about your enemies. Your enemies have got their karma coming. They know it. They know it. The people who are acting very badly now know that this is going to end. It always does. It's a full circle. Don't worry about your enemies. Stand up, get to work, start healing, go find the teachers that you need, and start working on your stress. That's what this week is about. Some of you are kind of lying there and you're just like, I can't. If you do one thing this week, I just want you to stand up and be like, right, I need to get a shower. Right, let's go through this closet, find the best clothes. Right, let's apply to that job. Let's start changing this energy. I want you to delete the dickheads who are keeping you in a somber, gloomy mindset and start looking for new content. I want you to change even just half of what you eat this week to better choices. That's all you need to do, okay? Some of years, and some of years just by fixing the bigger problems, your life is going to change dramatically. Okay, but yeah, it's definitely time for me to move on. I've been far too generous. I'm far too decent. It's time for me to really move to the next level. It's time for me to get my happiness. It's time for me to focus on what matters to me, the people that matter to me, the people I can generally help, and let go of the rest and deal with people accordingly, because the devil is out of your supreme and he really thinks he can just get away with everything, and it's like, wrong bitch. Okay, no you can't. Okay, so let's be accountable. Let's go out into the world and represent what we represent. Stay away from what doesn't represent you, and don't make apologies. You don't owe anyone anything. If things don't represent you, don't sit at those tables. Don't fuck with those people. Okay, but some of you do need to start like getting a new social group, getting a new group of people, like coming out of this internal state where it's just dark and brooding and checked out. Like, you need to get back out there, get back into the game of life. Enjoy your week, and I'll speak to you soon.